Greetings, and welcome to Stoic Lifestyle. Today we embark on a journey to harness the power of overcoming frustration. Join us in this enlightening exploration as we delve into the principles of Stoicism and learn how to control frustration. To gain profound insights into this transformative philosophy, watch this video to the end. And, if you find this content valuable, don't forget to express your appreciation by liking and subscribing. Firstly, we must ask, what is frustration? In Stoicism, frustration can be understood as the emotional response that arises when our desires, expectations, and judgments clash with the natural order of the world, or when we encounter obstacles beyond our immediate control. Stoics view frustration as a product of our own inner judgments and reactions, rather than an inherent quality of external circumstances. Now we may go back to the 7 Stoic lessons. Number 1. Learn the inevitability of frustration. The human experience is woven with a myriad of emotions, and among them, frustration stands as a natural and ever-present thread. It's a sentiment that transcends culture, age, and circumstance, affecting everyone at some point in their lives. In this exploration, we delve into the profound Stoic perspective on the inevitability of frustration, unveiling its intricate layers, understanding its origins, and discovering how this universal emotion can be a source of growth and self-awareness. Stoicism teaches us that frustration is not a sign of weakness or inadequacy, but a testament to our humanity. It is a byproduct of our desires, expectations, and the inevitable gaps between our aspirations and reality. Whether it stems from unmet goals, thwarted plans, or the challenges of everyday life, frustration is an emotion that courses through the human experience. By acknowledging the ubiquity of frustration, we gain a sense of solidarity with our fellow human beings. Stoics believe that recognizing the shared experience of frustration fosters empathy and compassion, reminding us that we are not alone in our emotional journeys. It encourages us to extend understanding and support to others who grapple with similar emotions. Understanding that frustration is a natural facet of the human emotional landscape encourages self-compassion. Stoicism teaches us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer to a friend facing frustration. Instead of berating ourselves for experiencing this emotion, we can embrace it as a part of our emotional repertoire, honoring our feelings without judgment. The Stoic perspective on the inevitability of frustration extends to the recognition that it is not external circumstances, but our internal judgments and reactions that often fuel this emotion. Stoics emphasize the power of our thoughts and beliefs in shaping our emotional responses. By examining the way we perceive and interpret events, we can gain insights into the origins of our frustration and work toward more measured and reasoned responses. Stoicism teaches us that frustration need not be a destructive force in our lives. Rather, it can be a source of growth and self-awareness. When approached with mindfulness and introspection, frustration becomes an opportunity for reflection. It prompts us to examine our desires, expectations, and values, allowing us to refine our goals and priorities. Frustration serves as a catalyst for personal development. It challenges us to cultivate emotional resilience, adaptability, and a stoic attitude in the face of life's uncertainties. By learning to accept frustration as an inevitable part of the human experience, we can navigate its waters with greater equanimity, emerging from challenges with newfound strength and wisdom. Embracing the inevitability of frustration aligns with Stoicism's commitment to living in harmony with the natural order of the universe. Stoics understand that life is filled with both joys and challenges, and frustration is an integral part of this cosmic tapestry. By accepting this reality, we can adopt a more balanced and serene approach to life's ebbs and flows. Number 2. Examine your reactions. Life, in its complexity and unpredictability, often presents us with situations that stir up a myriad of emotions. Frustration, in particular, is a feeling that can be both overwhelming and pervasive. However, within the teachings of Stoicism lies a profound practice, the examination of our reactions, especially when confronted with frustration. In this exploration, we delve into the multifaceted world of self-awareness and the invaluable role it plays in regaining emotional control. This practice of examining our reactions is not about suppressing or denying our emotions. Rather, it's a process of understanding them. Stoics believe that by scrutinizing our initial responses to frustration, we unveil valuable insights into our thought patterns and deeply ingrained beliefs. It is within this introspective process that we can discern the seeds of our emotional reactions. This practice is akin to becoming the observer of our own mental landscape. We step back from our immediate emotional responses and adopt a more objective viewpoint. This shift in perspective allows us to analyze our reactions with a degree of detachment, enabling a deeper understanding of their origins and triggers. Stoicism teaches us that self-awareness is a gateway to emotional intelligence. By examining our reactions in moments of frustration, we not only gain insight into our own emotional responses, but also develop the capacity to empathize with others' emotional experiences. This empathetic understanding fosters more harmonious relationships and better communication with those around us. The practice of examining reactions extends to the realm of impulse control. Stoics understand that immediate and impulsive reactions to frustration often lead to undesirable consequences. By cultivating self-awareness, we create a space between stimulus and response. Within this space lies the opportunity for conscious choice, allowing us to respond to frustration with greater wisdom and emotional control. The examination of our reactions aligns with Stoicism's emphasis on living in accordance with our values and principles. It prompts us to assess whether our emotional responses are in alignment with our deeper convictions. Stoics believe that through this process, we can refine our emotional reactions, striving to cultivate virtues such as resilience, patience, and equanimity. This Stoic practice is not a one-time endeavor, but a lifelong journey. It entails a commitment to ongoing self-reflection and introspection. Stoics understand that self-awareness is a skill that can be honed and refined over time. It requires dedication and practice, much like any other discipline. Number 3. Separate perception from reality. Frustration often lurks as a formidable emotional foe, ready to surface when confronted with life's challenges. However, within the wisdom of Stoicism lies a profound teaching, the separation of perception from reality. This practice calls upon us to recognize that our frustration often originates not from the objective reality of a situation, but from our subjective perceptions and biases. In this comprehensive exploration, we delve into the nuanced world of perception, its profound impact on our emotional landscape, and how Stoicism equips us to challenge these perceptions to mitigate frustration. Stoicism underscores the pivotal role that perception plays in shaping our emotional responses. It teaches us that the same external event can elicit different emotional reactions from different individuals, depending on their unique perceptions and interpretations. Frustration, therefore, is not an inherent quality of external circumstances, but a product of our internal judgments and beliefs. The practice of separating perception from reality encourages us to embark on a journey of self-inquiry. Stoics believe that when frustration arises, it is an opportunity to scrutinize our perceptions and discern whether they accurately reflect the objective reality of a situation. It is in this introspective process that we uncover the layers of subjectivity that often shroud this practice. Aligns with Stoicism's emphasis on the power of rational thinking. Stoics advocate for a conscious effort to engage in critical analysis when confronted with frustration. They encourage us to question the validity of our initial judgments and to consider alternative perspectives. By doing so, we create cognitive distance from our emotional reactions, fostering a more balanced and reasoned response. The Stoic separation of perception from reality also extends to the realm of empathy and understanding. Stoicism teaches us that by recognizing the subjective nature of our perceptions, we become more empathetic toward others, who may have different viewpoints or emotional reactions. This empathetic understanding enhances our interpersonal relationships and fosters more effective communication. Stoicism's perspective on this practice emphasizes the importance of emotional resilience. By learning to challenge our perceptions and cultivate a more objective understanding of reality, we equip ourselves with the tools to navigate frustration with greater equanimity. We come to understand that the power to mitigate frustration lies not in changing external circumstances, but in mastering our internal responses. The separation of perception from reality is not about denying or suppressing emotions, but about gaining mastery over them. It is a call to live in accordance with our values and principles, even in the face of challenging situations. Stoics believe that through this practice, we can cultivate virtues such as wisdom, courage, and resilience, ultimately leading to a more intentional and harmonious way of life. Number 4. Focus on solutions. This practice implores us to recognize that rather than dwelling on the causes of our frustration, our attention is more wisely invested in seeking viable resolutions to the challenges that confront us. In this comprehensive exploration, we will delve into the complexities of frustration, the Stoic approach to managing it, and how this redirection of focus empowers us to navigate life's adversities with greater resilience and wisdom. By acknowledging this perspective, we can lay the foundation for the transformative practice of redirecting our focus toward solutions. The practice of focusing on solutions during moments of frustration is not about denying or suppressing our emotions. Stoicism does not advocate for the rejection of our feelings, but encourages us to approach them with mindful awareness. Instead of allowing frustration to consume us, we are invited to view it as a signal, a call to action that prompts us to explore practical ways to address the challenges we face. Stoicism's approach aligns with its emphasis on rationality. When frustration emerges, Stoics advise us to pause and engage in a reasoned analysis of the situation. This cognitive reframing enables us to shift from a state of emotional reactivity to a more measured and objective perspective. It encourages us to evaluate the problem at hand, discern its root causes, and consider potential solutions. The Stoic practice of focusing on solutions also entails a commitment to proactive problem solving. Instead of ruminating on the causes of our frustration, we are invited to take meaningful actions to address the issues that give rise to our emotional turmoil. This proactive approach aligns with Stoicism's core principle of living in accordance with our values and principles, as it empowers us to respond to challenges with courage and resilience. The redirection of our focus towards solutions is a powerful antidote to the destructive cycle of rumination. Dwelling on the sources of our frustration often amplifies our emotional distress and leads to a sense of helplessness. By contrast, the Stoic practice encourages us to channel our mental energy into constructive problem solving, thereby breaking free from the grip of rumination and regaining a sense of agency over our lives. In the Stoic view, this practice extends to interpersonal relationships. Stoics understand that frustration can often arise in our interactions with others. Rather than engaging in fruitless blame or resentment, Stoicism encourages us to engage in open and constructive dialogue, seeking solutions that benefit all parties involved. This approach fosters more harmonious relationships and effective communication. Number 5. Maintain a broad perspective. In the labyrinthine journey of life, frustrations often emerge as formidable emotional barriers, affecting our well-being and decision-making. Within the profound philosophy of Stoicism, there lies a transformative practice, the maintenance of perspective. This practice encourages us to step back and consider whether the challenges and sources of frustration we face today will bear significance in the long run, perhaps in a year or even a decade. By embracing this perspective, Stoicism equips us with a powerful tool to minimize the intensity of our frustration and maintain emotional equilibrium. In this comprehensive exploration, we delve into the intricacies of frustration, Stoicism's approach to handling it, and the profound benefits of evaluating the long-term impact of our challenges. The practice of maintaining perspective is not about trivializing our present concerns or suppressing our emotions. Stoicism does not advocate for the dismissal of our feelings, but encourages us to approach them with mindfulness and rationality. Instead of allowing frustration to overwhelm us, we are prompted to view it as a transient emotional state, which may dissipate as we gain temporal distance from the situation. Stoicism's approach aligns with its emphasis on rational thinking. When confronted with frustration, Stoics suggest that we pause and engage in a thoughtful analysis of the situation. This introspective exercise enables us to shift from an emotional state of reactivity to one of measured consideration. It encourages us to evaluate the problem's magnitude and potential long-term impact. The Stoic practice of maintaining perspective encompasses a consideration of timeframes. We are encouraged to ponder whether the sources of frustration will matter in the grand scheme of our lives. a year from now, a decade from now, or even longer. This temporal examination empowers us to differentiate between issues of enduring significance and those that are transient and fleeting. This practice invites us to cultivate a sense of proportionality. By assessing whether our present frustrations align with the broader arc of our lives, we gain a more balanced perspective. Stoicism teaches that the emotional intensity of frustration can often be mitigated when we recognize that certain challenges are but brief interludes in our lifelong journey. The maintenance of perspective also extends to our emotional resilience. When we consider the long-term significance of our challenges, we come to understand that frustration need not exert a permanent grip on our well-being. This realization fosters greater emotional equanimity and the capacity to navigate adversity with courage and composure. Stoicism teaches us that this practice enhances our ability to make informed decisions. By evaluating the enduring importance of our frustrations, we can prioritize our responses and allocate our mental and emotional resources more judiciously. This strategic approach to managing challenges aligns with Stoic principles of wisdom and rationality. Number 6. Develop patience. Within the complex tapestry of human existence, frustration often emerges as a formidable emotional obstacle, casting a shadow over our daily lives. However, the development of patience offers a transformative practice that can help us navigate the intricate landscape of our emotions and responses. This exploration delves into the multifaceted nature of frustration and the benefits of cultivating patience, without specific reference to any philosophical framework. At its essence, the experience of frustration is a universal facet of the human condition. It arises when our desires and expectations collide with the unpredictable course of events. One key aspect to understand about frustration is that it often intensifies when we are driven by impatience, a desire for immediate resolution to life's challenges. Cultivating patience is a valuable approach to mitigating the emotional turmoil associated with frustration. The practice of developing patience is not about suppressing our emotions or negating our desires. Rather, it is a call to approach life's complexities with mindfulness and rationality. Instead of allowing impatience to dominate our emotional landscape, we can view it as a transient and counterproductive response to the challenges that life presents. The cultivation of patience aligns with the principles of rational thinking and self-reflection. When faced with frustration, it's valuable to pause and engage in a thoughtful examination of the situation. This introspective exercise helps us transition from emotional reactivity to a state of measured consideration. We can evaluate whether our impatience serves our well-being or hinders our progress. Developing patience extends beyond mere endurance. It involves a deepening understanding of the nature of time and the inherent uncertainties of life. Recognizing that some endeavors require time and that immediate results are not always feasible allows us to attain a more balanced perspective. This realization empowers us to differentiate between what we can control and what lies beyond our influence. The practice of patience invites us to embrace the journey rather than fixate on the destination. Our attachment to specific outcomes often fuels frustration. By cultivating patience, we learn to appreciate the process itself, finding value in the lessons and experiences that unfold along the way. This approach fosters a profound sense of resilience and contentment. Developing patience is an active commitment to personal growth and emotional mastery. It requires a conscious effort to align our desires and expectations with the natural rhythms of life. Through this practice, we can cultivate virtues such as resilience, wisdom, and equanimity, ultimately leading to a more intentional and harmonious way of living. The benefits of patience extend to our relationships with others. Approaching interpersonal interactions with patience fosters empathy and understanding, nurturing more harmonious and compassionate connections. Number 7. Find joy in the process. In the intricate web of human existence, the emotion of frustration often looms as a formidable adversary, capable of casting a shadow over our aspirations and endeavors. Yet, within the profound philosophy of Stoicism, there lies a transformative practice, the discovery of joy in the process. This practice calls upon us to shift our focus from the end result to the journey itself. to derive satisfaction and fulfillment from the effort we invest in overcoming life's obstacles. In this comprehensive exploration, we shall delve into the multifaceted nature of frustration, the Stoic approach to managing it, and the profound rewards of finding joy in the process. Stoicism acknowledges that frustration arises when our desires and expectations collide with the unpredictability of life. It underscores that the emotional intensity of frustration often stems from an undue fixation on the end result, a preoccupation with outcomes that may be beyond our immediate control. Stoicism teaches us that by redirecting our attention to the process, we can mitigate the emotional turmoil that often accompanies frustration. The practice of finding joy in the process is not about suppressing our desires or neglecting our goals, but about embracing them with mindfulness and wisdom. Stoicism does not advocate for a detachment from aspirations, but encourages us to recalibrate our focus. Instead of allowing frustration to emerge from unmet expectations, we are prompted to view it as a signal to savor the journey itself, to derive satisfaction from the effort we invest in overcoming challenges. Stoics suggest that we pause and engage in a reasoned analysis of the situation. This introspective exercise enables us to shift from a state of emotional reactivity to one of measured consideration. It encourages us to reflect on the value of the process, to recognize the lessons and growth it affords us. The Stoic practice of finding joy in the process entails a profound shift in perspective. It invites us to embrace the present moment and appreciate the incremental progress we make toward our goals. Instead of fixating on the distant horizon, we learn to find fulfillment in each step we take, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. This practice invites us to cultivate resilience and patience. Stoicism teaches that when we derive joy from the process, we become better equipped to navigate the inevitable setbacks and challenges that arise. We understand that these obstacles are not hindrances, but opportunities for growth and self-discovery. In the Stoic view, the discovery of joy in the process also extends to our interpersonal relationships. Stoics understand that frustration can often emerge in our interactions with others. By finding joy in the process of understanding and empathizing with others, we foster more harmonious and compassionate connections. Stoicism teaches us that this practice enhances our sense of purpose and fulfillment. When we derive joy from the process, we come to understand that the pursuit of our goals is not merely a means to an end, but an inherently meaningful endeavor. This realization empowers us to engage with life more deeply and intentionally. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Stoic content.